Okay, so here is our problem. 8% of w plus 1 is 50. Now, a w plus 1 is just an algebraic expression that represents a number. Remember, in algebra, when you see a variable w, x, y, doesn't make a difference. These just represent numbers, okay? Now, before we do this problem, the problem in question, let's just review how to do a basic percent problem, because understanding how to do a basic percent problem is key to figuring out how to do this problem. Okay, so let's just review how to find the percent of a number. Okay, here's a simple example. If I wanted to find 8% of 30, how would you do this? Well, you would say you're going to change this percent to a decimal. I'm assuming most of you understand that. Now, well, of course, that's the first step. Okay, so we're going to change the percent to a decimal, then we're going to multiply it by the number. Okay, so 8% as a decimal is 0.08. Then we're going to multiply by the number 30, and we'll do this in our calculator. We get the answer 2.4. But I'm missing a big step here because I'm not telling you how we changed or how we went from percent to a decimal. Okay, so anytime you want to convert a percent to a decimal, all you have to do is divide by 100. So if you take 8 and divide by 100, you're going to get the decimal 0.08. Now, some of you are saying, hey, Mr. YouTube Math Man, you're making it too hard. Just tell people that they can move the decimal point over 2 places to the left. And I was like, yes, you are right. So 8%, if I said, where is the decimal point right here with 8%? Well, the decimal point is right after the 8. So that's 8.0%. So the result of dividing a number by 100 is the decimal point scoots over 2 places to the left. So instead of dividing by 100, if you can remember, to move the decimal point over 2 places to the left, that's perfectly fine. Okay, so 8% is the same thing as 0.08. We take that and multiply by 30, and our answer is 2.4. Okay, so let's kind of rewrite this question here. So 8% of 30 is what? 2.4. 8% of 30 is 2.4. So that is a big hint here, because anytime you see the word is, it's equivalent to that equal sign. All right, so the best way, in my humble opinion, to solve more interesting percent problems is to use algebra. Algebra really is a great tool. That's why they teach it in school, because it makes math problems so much easier. And let's go ahead and see how we can use this same setup, okay, to solve our problem. Okay, so here is our problem. We have 8% of w plus 1 is 50. Well, w plus 1 is just some value, okay? So just kind of think about it. It's some number. So 8% of some mystery number is 50. So how would we find 8% of this mystery number? No big deal. All we have to do is take this 8%, write it as a decimal, 0.08, and multiply it by this value, this number, which of course is w plus 1. But you don't have to know the value, but we can express this algebraically. So 0.08 times w plus 1 means 8% of w plus 1. But the rest of this sentence here, or the rest of this problem, really is the key to solving the problem. So 8% of w plus 1 is, or is equal to 50. Okay, so if you understand how we got to this point, if you understand this equation, really the rest of this problem is having some basic algebra skills to solve for W. Are you struggling in math because of confusing lessons? Maybe the teacher's not showing you all the steps you need, or things are happening too fast. Well, there is a better way. So come on over to my math help program at tcmathacademy.com. There you'll find clear step-by-step instruction by me that will definitely make a huge difference in your math success. So make sure to check out all my courses by following the links in the description. Okay, so here's our equation. 0.08 times w plus 1 is equal to 50. What we're going to be doing here is solving a basic linear equation, a one-variable linear equation. This is the kind of stuff you will learn like in basic algebra, pre-algebra. So if you don't know how to do this, don't despair. I'll walk through the steps, and I'll give you some quick suggestions on how you can learn all of this stuff if you're interested in learning it, or if you need to learn it. Okay, so the first thing we need to do here is take this 0.08 and then use a property called the distributive property. We have to distribute this 0.08, and we have to multiply it by w and 1. So 0.08 times w is 0.08w, 0.08 times 1 is 0.08, and that's equal to 50. All right, now when we're solving equations in algebra, the main objective is to get all of our variable terms on the left-hand side and all of our numbers on the other side. Okay, so that is kind of the main objective. And the way to do that is we have to use the golden rule of algebra. And the golden rule of algebra, of course, I'm kind of making this up. No, I'm not making up the actual, principles here, but I'm just kind of making up the name, the golden rule. I mean, that's my rule. But or my name for the concepts. And the concepts is the following, okay? An equation is basically like a teeter-totter or a seesaw, okay? I don't think these things exist anymore in playgrounds. That was one of the benefits of growing up in the 1970s. You just go out to the playground, you would get hurt every time recess. It was so awesome. Anyways, I digress. So here is our equation, okay? So in other words, the left-hand side equals the right-hand side. It's in balance. Now, if I add 10 pounds over on this side, it's going to get out of balance, right? So it's going to kind of go like this. Well, if I add 10 pounds here and I add 10 pounds here, now for some of you out there that have an engineering background or a physics background, you'd be like, yeah, Mr. YouTube Math Man, just got to make sure that the 10 pounds isn't way over here because you can have leverage. Yeah, listen, we'll make it easy. I understand what you're saying. But if we basically do the same thing to both sides of the equation, we're keeping the equation in balance. So that is the main kind of idea when you're solving algebraic equations. You can add whatever you want to both sides, subtract. You can do anything you want more or less as long as you do it equally to both sides of the equation. All right, so we're going to get all our variable terms on the left and all of our number terms on the right. All right, so we have 0.08w plus 0.08 is equal to 50. This is a number. I need to get it over to the other side. So how can I get rid of this 0.08 on the left-hand side? Easy. I could just subtract a 0.08 from this positive 0.08 because this will make it be 0 and it would make it disappear from the left-hand side. But we have to keep in mind the golden rule. I'm going to subtract a 0.08 on the left-hand side. I got to do the exact same thing on the other side. Okay. So now we're going to add down in a column manner. 0.08w plus nothing is 0.08w. 0.08 minus 0.08 is 0. We don't need to write that 0. 50 minus 0.08 is 49.92. Now, the reason why I'm taking the time to really explain the algebra here is because some of you may not know algebra, okay, or maybe you forgot all this stuff, and so that's why I'm kind of breaking it down nice and easy so you can, not be intimidated by algebra, all right? You can learn this stuff. All right, so now what we have to do is find what W is equal to. So to get to that, this is 0.08 times W. So what we're going to do is divide both sides of the equation by 0.08. Because 0.08 divided by 0.08, anything divided by anything is 1. So that's going to be 1w. And in algebra, a 1w or a 1x, we just simply write w or x. Okay, so w is going to be equal to 49.92 divided by 0.08, which of course is 624. All right, now let's go ahead and check this answer here. And let's plug in 624 into where this W is at right here. Okay, so we'll replace the W with 624, and then we'll just check this out and just make sure that we indeed did this right. Okay, so this is going to be 624 plus 1. Okay, so 624 plus 1, last time I checked, is 625. Now we're going to take 8% of this value, right? Remember, this was the equation, okay? 8% of what is 50. Okay, now what we're saying here is 8% of 625, right? This is 8% of 625. Is this 50? Well, 0.08 times 625, if you plug this into your calculator and do all the number crunching, indeed, you'll see that the answer is 50. So this all worked out, and that way you can be like, yes, I understand percent. And if there's any one practical math skill that you want to understand for real life, that is percent. Imagine how many times a day you see percent. Okay, you see it everywhere. You see it in the news. They're talking about inflation, interest rates, mortgage rates. You go to the store, you see sales. You want to buy a car. You got to consider what is, if you're going to, unless you're going to buy the car cash. Anyways, you kind of get my drift. This symbol is everywhere, okay, especially around the time when you have to do your taxes as well, right? So, anyways, again, when it comes to mathematics and practical application of math in your life, the more you know about percent, the better off you'll be. Now, if you want to learn, percent, or learn more about percent, or more about math, or more about just, algebra, let me give you a couple quick suggestions. If you are a math student, I'm going to leave links to all these courses. Check out my pre-algebra or algebra 1 courses. Those are the best courses for you. If you're not a math student, you just want to learn some math again, you're like, boy, this, kind of maybe motivated me to kind of relearn some basic math. Well, I got 2 great courses for you. Check out my Foundations course. You'll find the link to it in the description as well. This is a quick little course, just reviews all the basic math that most of us forgot. If you want to go further, okay, if you want to learn basic math but go further, check out my Math Skills Rebuilder course. Now, in that course, I teach you everything. Basic math, I also teach you a ton of algebra, geometry, even a little trigonometry and some probability and statistics. So those are 2 great options for you, but also I have a ton of videos on my YouTube channel that you can go through if you're interested as well. Okay, so with all that being said, I definitely wish you all the best in your mathematics adventures. Thank you for your time and have a great day.